What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to be tearing apart the interior on the cheap Jeep, cleaning anything that still has a little bit of life left in it, and replacing anything that doesn't. We're also going to do a couple of interior upgrades just to improve the overall look of the Jeep. But that's enough talking, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Guys, one thing the camera cannot transmit is the smell this Jeep had inside. It smelled like mold, mildew, and old tobacco. There were cigarette butts and trash all over the floor, mud all over the floor. The carpet was wet in the entire back seat. There was trash. That black bag right there is full of trash that I've already cleaned up, and this is all the stuff that's left. The trunk was full of interior speakers and boxes and underwear, which was disgusting. I hadn't fixed the trunk at this part, so I couldn't open the trunk to show you guys, but all the other doors were working when I got it, only the trunk latch was broken. You can see the water pulling up right there from a leak, which turned out to be the front cowl that was leaking. At this time, I didn't know what it was, and you can also see the paint that is set into the seats in the rear. The front seats look just as bad, just as much trash, and the carpet is also wet underneath the floor mat. Overall, it was just in disgusting state, guys. It needed a ton of work. A nice surprise I did find was that this Jeep had a factory premium sound system. You can tell the carpet has seen better days. Right here you can see just how much water there was sitting in the floor pans, and I'm guessing that's what caused the rust at the bottom. Right away I set off to clean up the front carpet. Everything I cleaned in this video I cleaned using Purple Power and Dawn dish detergent, but the carpet I pressure washed as well. The seats I scrubbed by hand, and I think it looks 100% better. I cleaned up the carpet and I was gonna send it and just put it back in here, but it's just too much rust for me to just leave it. It's not much now. I cleaned it up. Everything is solid, but I got some rust preventative paint. I'm gonna just spray both the floor pans. This side's not even bad, but I feel like keeping this thing for a while, so I'm gonna do both sides and try to get it as clean as possible so it doesn't rust out later. Let it dry for a day, and then I'll stick the carpet back. So this is the finished product. Satin black. I think it looks pretty good. I didn't do the fender wells because, well, I figured it won't rust up there, and I didn't have enough paint for it, so it's still not dry completely. I left the seat belts there, and I just kind of painted around them. Check out the front. Front I did yesterday. Front does not look as good as the back. We definitely did better on the second try. The back is clean. Like, man. That's the front right there, though. It ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. Put in tomorrow and give this 24 hours to dry so I can slide the carpet straight through. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. It took me 2 days, but only because I had to work yesterday. In total, probably about 6 hours prep time and, you know, scrubbing the floor pans. This thing was a mess and had paint and stuff all over there, so I had to get that cleaned up before I could even start scrubbing. Next on the list for putting my interior back together is the Saggy Headliner. I got my girlfriend to help me with the headliner. It came out perfectly. And then I decided to rewrap the overhead console to match. Next, I moved on to cleaning the seats. As you can see, the front seats were extremely dirty, but after a couple hours of scrubbing, they cleaned right up. Unfortunately, the rear seats couldn't be saved because of the paint, and I had to pick up a new set of seats from a junkyard. But after scrubbing those, they cleaned up very nicely as well. After all that work, I figured why stop here? I moved on to a custom center console lid and custom visors. Are you guys ready to take a look at the finished interior? All right, let's look at it. So guys, because of years of leaking water into the cabin, the front carpet did have a couple of stains that I couldn't get to come up no matter how hard I cleaned it. And I'm fine with that. It's gonna get dirty again. I just wanted to get it back to a better state than what it was. There's also one single dot of paint on the front carpet that I couldn't get to come up, but I'm not very worried about it because it's tucked underneath the seat a little bit. What I'm mostly impressed about are the visors, the center console, and the headliner. I think they look amazing all together, and I think it brings a whole nother vibe to the car. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Drop a comment if there's anything you want to see done to the Cherokee. Leave a like if you enjoyed, it really helps me out. And subscribe if you want to see this thing back on the road again. I'll see you next time, guys.